Hello and welcome to all you lords and ladies of fate. You have once again found yourselves in the self-proclaimed only Twitch TTRPG stream that allows you, the viewer, to significantly impact the stories being told on your screens. In order to do so, you must spend fate chips. These are our loyalty points that you can earn just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or even for engaging with us in the chat. Use those fate chips to heal your favorite players. Heal your favorite players. Not heal as in like, stop doing something, but heal as in to provide more hit points after being damaged. But I kind of like the first one too, because if my players are doing things and you want to bring them to heal, just go ahead and put some fate chips in. I like it. You can summon in custom items, make players say silly things, sing songs as Disney princesses. I like that one. You can even force the adventurers into random encounters, which is especially fun when the party decides to split up. Tonight, we are playing Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed Of by Modifius Entertainment, and we are after a couple of week hiatus, so thank you for sticking with us. Sorry about that. Real life comes first. There were some people out of the way, not available, me included, but we are back. We are here today, so glad you're with us, and we're going to have some fun. I'll be playing the part of Crom, who obviously cares not for your worries, because Crom cares not. Joining me tonight, though, we have an amazing cast, including our man behind the scenes and brilliant person behind the curtains, Nat. We have, as our players, Verai, the shadowy assassin. We have Thornicius, the Bosonian archer. We have Xenia, the mercenary queen. We have Zhang, an emissary from far off Kitai. And last, but certainly not least, we have Aberta, the zealous witch hunter. We find ourselves at a bit of a pickle. You see, while traveling the roads, the party has made friends with a noble, well, like the seventh son of a noble sort of thing, who was sent out on a quest to redeem himself in his father's eyes and show that he's not a useless seventh son. And this quest was to go to a gem mine owned by the Saab family, whom we met in the border town Farala. Unfortunately, the party has been past this mine and found out that it was not owned by the Saabs. It was owned by the Frobs. And yes, two totally different families, the Saabs and the Frobs. I was very original in coming up with the names. And the party said, well, that's strange. You know, this completely random side character that had no plans whatsoever for a story, we want to attach onto him and help out on his quest. And that makes me happy. So then they're like, wait, did you say Saab? Like last session, you told me it was Saab. Surely you didn't forget what family owned the mine, did you, in over a week's time? And I'm like, no, I totally planned that. I totally, absolutely planned that. And so here we are. The party has traveled, met a martial artist named Poe, been attacked by some mercenaries that had a bounty for the party, and another note written in a language that none of them understood. And they made it to the mine, hung out, had some ale, and then got told, yes, the Saabs will agree to the trade agreement with this family on one condition. Your friends go out and recover a couple of escaped slaves that stole a bunch of gems from the mine and escaped their work. Party goes out, recovers the slaves and the gems, and you've got yourself a trade agreement, Buster. So the party, or I should say the ranger, did a little scouting, found some tracks heading to the southwest, and the party is now standing around outside of the walls of the mine, looking at these tracks pointing to the west and going, what should we do? Begin scene.
I say we go west, following these tracks.
So, should we just go back to the capital city and ignore all the rest of this?
Hey, that sounds great.
Great idea. You can watch our DM's heart just shrivel.
And his heart shrank 2 sizes that day.
We're just gonna enjoy the weather. It's okay. Sunny day.
Well, trackers, which way?
Well, I thought we were discussing, like, last time we met a bunch of slavers, we stabbed them in the chest.
It wasn't we, it was our assassin, and it had nothing to do with the fact that they were slavers. It had everything to do with a bounty
I see.
or something like that.
He just had a stabby face. I didn't need that reason, but whatever.
I know, stabby face. Really being a little bit stabby that day, huh?
So I didn't kill anybody this time, but the week is still young. Should we go find some slaves and give me a reason to stab somebody?
Sure.
I thought we were supposed to return them.
Well, they want the gems, really.
Like I said, we can find the slaves, find out what the problem is, and then decide who we stab.
What do you mean what the problem is? The problem is they were slaves.
I don't see any problems here yet, all right? Let's just go
I mean,
find
this is a world in which that is very normal, right? They're probably conquered at some point. And, you know, look,
It's
if they're
just a prompt
slaves,
stay.
we know that they're not
I think this works.
really
When did we
Roman. So,
do as the Romans?
Something about Romans.
yes, do the Romans, all of them.
Okay, then.
He's a nasty little.
Tracks head that way?
The tracks go southwest a ways.
That way, then. Okay. Mr. Ranger with the big bow, you track quite adeptly, I would imagine. Do you want to lead the way, or?
Yeah.
I'll lead the way.
Go ahead and roll me a survival check, if you will. And if you can't get Roll20 working, let me know. I can roll it for you. All right, you got it. Never mind. You're good to go. Good thing she's rolling for you and not you. You're not allowed to touch the keyboard.
Right?
With my arm anyway.
Yeah, so that's 3 successes for you, my friend. You've got tracks, 2 people, barefoot, one of them with a limp. They're moving this way. They had grass and acorns for breakfast. One of them they're an Aquarius.
Too? Good God. Hello.
Tastes like
And
a bit nutty.
Tiger Mouse.
and they're wearing Ralph Lauren.
Oh, so last season.
Slaves.
They treat their slaves terribly here.
He's a good smelling slave.
And so you track these to the southwest a ways. It's a very, very warm, kind of muggy day, windy day. So it's actually about this time of year, come to think of it, because if I remember right, we were in late spring when we got here. So it's getting into late spring, early summer. It's warm, it's muggy, it's windy. And you're going across these big open plains of Ophir. Ophir is a very, really, it's kind of like almost like a Nebraska, Oklahoma sort of rolling hills, not a lot of trees, not a lot of other things, but very, very pretty in its own, not rugged, but still potentially dangerous kind of way.
Nebraska Homer.
Nebraska Homa.
Wind comes sweeping down the plains.
And they meander just a little bit. They don't seem to be sure of their direction. But then after a couple of hours of following these tracks, you spot almost like a copse of trees, almost like an oasis, just one bunch of trees thick in ahead of you a ways, not wide, not a big forest, but just like an acre's worth of trees. But thick willow trees, long leaves, dense. And once you get within sight of that, the tracks that you're following almost beelines directly for those trees.
Go back to the main group and tell them what I found.
I mean, I assume everybody's still kind of just with you, just letting you take point.
Okay.
No, we just left him.
You go on. We'll hang out here and get some more beer with the miners.
So went back north
right
again.
here.
Exactly. And I am known to hang out with them. Too.
Yeah. So he goes all the way back for us by just kind of like looking back and saying, "Hey, they're over there." Hey, look, there they are. Okay, so
Miners, not minors. That is correct.
They could be miners.
They could be miners. This is a place that doesn't exactly have strict child labor laws.
Oh no, I just meant that they weren't major miners.
Oh, so they were miners.
Could have been.
Anyways, heading for the trees. Carefully though, because we
Why?
can't see what's in there, but they might be able to see what's out here.
that's fine. We don't look like they're the people chasing them. We don't have patches and stuffs.
Yeah, we are following their tracks though.
Have faith.
Yeah,
I'll go first. Whatever.
Yeah. The little Asian lady, she's gonna go first.
Like scouts.
That's what it
Excuse me, dear. Excuse me, dear.
I'm the least threatening. Just ask me.
Well, the party heads for the copse of trees, and as you make it right into those boughs, between the shade and just the way the air blows through it, it one definitely feels muggier, but two almost feels like a heavy warmth, like a heavy muggy warmth in there. In this little southern oasis. And it's not very big. You hear some splashing around, just very kind of mild splashing around, and you head almost right for the middle of this copse of trees. And you see in this copse of trees a crazy old coot and a middle-aged lady that's watching them. Like, this crazy old guy he's obviously a little touched in the head, bless his heart. And he's basically stripped down to his skivvies and splashing around in the water a little bit. Just not even like vigorously splashing, just kind of like sitting there in the water and the reeds and the stuff, and just kind of like.
Shall we wait to see what he's up to?
He's splashing.
Is anybody
Is there
perceptive?
one woman watching him?
Is anybody perceptive enough to know whether or not these are the slaves we're looking for?
You were given a description of the slaves. It was 2 men.
Well, so no.
No, they are not.
Well, wait. So you said there's one woman watching them, right?
Do what?
You said there's a woman watching him?
Yeah. So he's a crazy old coot, and then there's like a middle-aged woman that's like sitting underneath a tree.
Okay, well, how sure are we that it's not a dude in disguise?
I mean, you could take a better look, but she is definitely not dressed like a slave or like she's repurposed a slave outfit.
Well, if I was an escaped slave, I wouldn't walk around dressed as a slave either.
If you were an escaped slave, you wouldn't have the clothes to change into.
So why don't we just go out there and ask them, have they seen 2 men run this way? Not you, crazy little Asian woman, because you tend to ask questions and then stab in the face. I want an actual answer this time.
Hey, where are all the slaves at?
They do notice you guys moving into this little oasis area, but they're just kind of. The lady just kind of nods at you, and the old guy keeps splashing in his spring.
Note to self, watch where you fill your canteen from.
Yeah, so
Hello. Hello. You speak Ophiran.
well, you did it. Yes, I did.
Well, sorry. Well, yeah, of course I speak Ophir, and this is Ophir, isn't it?
That's
You sound odd.
well, doesn't change the numbers.
Back in character. Have you seen anybody else around these parts today?
Why would it be 10?
No, just been us here today. Like to rest in the shade.
Yeah, it's very, very warm in here, isn't it?
It is a beautiful day outside.
So have you been here all day? Have you been here long?
Oh my, we're here all the time. He likes to come here. It minds him of Mama.
So you're siblings then?
I don't know if I should be insulted or not. He's 24 years my senior here.
So I said siblings. Brother?
So either he looks
Mother?
really young and youthful, and she looks at him, which he don't, or I look quite old and decrepit.
No,
So families of wealth have children well into their senior years. You could be his much junior sister.
Nah, that's my papa. He's a little touched.
Gotcha.
He likes to come here and sit among the oasis because it reminds him of his wife, of my mama.
Oh, so I'm sorry to hear she's not around anymore.
Nah, she passed some years back.
That's sad. So we were trying to catch up with some friends, but we were following their tracks that led us directly here. You said that you haven't seen anybody. They couldn't have been that. They couldn't have passed through that much long ago.
She kind of looks around. She's like, "Afraid I just been here with my papa." You're welcome to roll me an insight check.
She's an ogre. Insight, he says. You got one. Let me guess. She's not a tree.
She's telling the truth, but not the whole truth.
So help her, Bob.
She's yeah. You know, as she's talking about her papa and the oasis and liking to come here and stuff, that feels very authentic. As she's saying she's not seen anybody else, maybe not.
So can I do an honest corruption roll?
Let me think about this for just a second. So, honest corruption. When interacting with an NPC for the first time, make a free D1 thievery or counsel test to gain a general feel for the trustworthiness of the NPC. Yes, you may do an honest corruption.
Okay. What were my two options?
Thievery or counsel. Your counsel is 7. Your thievery is 12/2.
Yeah, we'll do a 12. We'll do 1d20.
No, it's a normal one.
As I said, one free roll, right?
Yeah, well, it's a free counsel test with a difficulty of 1. So roll 2d20. Yeah, it just means that the difficulty is 1.
That's fine. I failed it anyway. Yeah, sure. I guess I believe you.
You know, you're kind of in a foreign land. This is a weird situation. It's hard to get a grip on her because, I mean, she definitely seems like she's here to be watching after her pops, but it seems strange, so it's hard to get a read.
All this tells me is that I don't trust her. She's lying. I just can't tell why or how.
As the little Asian woman is trying to make some kind of headway with this lady, I'm just going to poke around and see if there's any other sets of tracks or anything.
Are you trying to do it unobtrusively?
Not really. No.
All right, then roll me a survival check.
Poking around.
Look, it's hers now.
I mean, if there's nobody who's been through here, then they have nothing to worry about, right? I'm just poking around.
Yeah, roll me a
But
survival
they
check.
come here all the time. They may not like us obtrusifying their belongings and their
Is that 2 successes or 3 or 4? Your survival is a 14-3. That is 4. 4.
You're welcome.
Wow. 4. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So remember, nobody else knows this. He knows this on his own. So just keep that in mind. You very, very clearly follow these 2 tracks coming in to this oasis. Hell, just last night, within the last 12 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, maybe they came in overnight and the lady wasn't here. That could explain it. Nah. These people set up camp. They were here overnight. The prior night. You even see a little bit where they tried to have a little bit of a cook fire.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of bones of a rabbit or a squirrel or something that they caught. And then you find the tracks of this lady and the old man coming in, and you find their tracks, and they intermingle for a while. There's stuffing going around, and then you find their tracks again, leaving to the west.
Okay.
And again, nobody else knows this.
What? Now I'm trying to be unobtrusive. I will walk over to the group as our assassin is talking to the lady.
Nat, we see you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk over to the group that's all kind of huddled around the lady sitting underneath the tree with a book.
Yeah, I kind of like, kind of like this. Walk over to Xenia and say, by the way, can I talk to you for a second?
Sure.
I have a question about a rabbit species that I've never seen before.
Okay.
Ma'am.
She, considering that you were not unobtrusive as you're looking around all of these tracks and whatnot, she definitely is giving you a little bit of the evil eye.
What's she reading?
Anyways, I take
I mean,
you-
it looks to be a book. It's not like a scroll or a parchment. It's a book. There's not a printing press, so everything is going to be handwritten. So just at a glance from a distance, you can't tell if it's maybe a journal or a story or something, but she's reading a book of some sort.
People who read books are much more likely to be sorcerers.
The Call of Cthulhu Part 2.
And women who can read are halfway being witches already.
Anyways,
You
I
are
let
witches.
you know what I've just found out. And I don't know if you have any kind of interrogation skills or anything. Maybe call Zhang over. Hey, Zhang, come here. Come here.
Yes.
So I fill Zhang in on the fact that these two aren't quite telling the whole truth. Let him know what I found. Then I say something about a rabbit with big feet. Real loud. To throw her off. And then I explain
Hey,
the rabbit.
Papa, why don't you get out of that water? These folks are being quite rude. I think it's time for us to leave.
Oh boy.
Hey, Crum,
What are you doing?
question. Do they happen to have any large packs or anywhere that they might be hiding gems?
Like a book?
I mean, she's got a leather satchel, not a huge one, but it'd probably be big enough to hold it. Let me rephrase that. It would be big enough to hold a small pack of things. That, from what a satchel like this would be used for carrying like provisions for a day trip, bread and cheese and stuff. But sure, it could fit a little pouch of gems in it.
Yeah, who else eats cheese?
So, my friend, I have a question for you. What is your name, if I may inquire?
Huh.
I didn't come up with names for them.
Well, we got Sob, we got Frob. Now we can have like Throb.
We'll say her name is Serana, and his name is
Happy.
Patton?
Happy.
Happy.
is Terrance. He says, well, since we're getting so acquainted, my name is Serana and this is Terrance. What's your names? Hey, Pops, go ahead and start putting your clothes on. It's time for us to go.
Yes, Pops, please put your clothes on. Sorry, my name is Garai. I come from a land not quite near from here. And these are my friends. We're traveling with our distinguished guest of honor. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, can you not pronounce sang?
I can't. I really can't.
Of course. Regardless, I think we should be going as well.
Yeah. But first,
Well, you Columbo, just one more thing, right?
yeah, just one more thing. But first, maybe look in your bag, please.
Wait.
I'm sorry, what?
Your
Not
bag.
even, she has the same reaction as Abertac. Abertac is like, what?
Let's just take a look at your bag.
No, I'm just looking for.
No, I don't think so. That would be quite rude and inappropriate.
Really? It would also be rude to withhold things from us.
Sir, I don't appreciate your demeanor. I think it's time for us to go.
Yes. Which way would you be heading? South? Maybe west?
That's none of your business, sir.
You're right. Get the bag.
You didn't want to just wait a minute and watch them walk off?
Nope. I don't want the bag.
Serana, I hate to do it, but I am at the behest of the rest of my group. May we check your bag?
I already said no. That is quite inappropriate, and I would appreciate if you just leave.
Oh, we
I
will.
would like to. However, we are on a bit of a quest to find two individuals.
And you think they're in her bag?
The old man sees her getting distressed. You need to leave my daughter alone. I'll take on. You're not right. Oh, you got.
I don't want to abuse the elderly, so.
But I will.
I don't know that this is getting.
Come along, let's
I'm
go.
going to try to encourage.
And I
Thank-
start off
All right.
Starting off,
westward.
you're leaving me. Oh,
Yes. As someone who commits these acts.
Well, yeah, and be
should
careful
be
because
left.
she might stick you in the bag with the other two people we're looking for. Maybe some more.
Sure.
up to you, Vera. You can follow through, or you can just.
The dad steps between you guys and her and grabs his clothes. Like, he's not totally addled. He's just kind of a little touched. He grabs his clothes and they start backing away very cautiously. Obviously no longer being friendly and peaceful like, you leave my daughter alone. We're going to get out of here. You go that way. We're going to go this way. That ain't even right what you're doing. It's completely inappropriate.
Yeah, I'm not proud of how that played out.
We still didn't look in the bag.
Well, if we kill him now, no witnesses, nobody to tarnish our reputation.
Hey, I don't want to kill him.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Do him, maybe?
What?
Okay, let's catch up with Zhang.
Let's catch up with Zhang, then. Dang it. I wanted to fight a crazy old man.
You've got range on that bow. You still can.
That's not a fight.
Okay, and we've caught up to Zhang.
End scene.
Have a car.
That didn't go like I expected.
No.
Not like I expected either.
Not gonna lie, I didn't figure that you were going to plan on mug them.
I just wanted to see what was in the bag. I wasn't going to mug him.
Oh no! Did you not get some?
If there was nothing but a book and some food, I would have left him alone.
Uh huh.
Let's just start off. I don't mean any harm. I don't want nothing of yours.
Just want to see in the bag. That's all I asked.
Yeah, that's going to come back to bite us.
You're pretty hard, actually. But I mean,
All right, we'll just follow the tracks of your friends that went that way. Thank you. Have a good day.
oh, and you even okay, cool. He even taunts them on the way out, saying what you guys are doing. That is not completely aggro at all. All right. All right. That's cool.
Doom counter hits 16.
I mean, that's you just added 2 points to Doom.
That's all right. I had 4 points of momentum, so I'll just...
The tracks lead west.
Let's go west, guys. I see that.
Already ahead of you.
Again.
I do need one more survival check to follow this new sets of tracks. It's only a difficulty 1, but
Do they seem lighter, like they've given something away?
first off,
How many gems?
gems aren't like gold freaking bars. They're not going to weigh 50 pounds. It's not going to change their gait.
Right?
One success is enough to continue following the tracks to the west. You follow those tracks for the entire day, really. Hey, Tai Tai.
Hey.
Hi. You follow those tracks for the entirety of the rest of the day. Sometime around dusk, sun's going down, the lightning bugs are out, the heat is starting to subside. You know, there's a nice breeze coming from the west. It's kind of nice out in a humid sort of way. You see in the distance ahead of you, where those tracks are heading, a farmstead. There is a big grain silo. There is a farmhouse itself, and there is 2 barns. One of them appears to still be under construction. Both of the barns are painted green, which is a rarity to have an actual painted barn in this time. One of the barn that's under construction is painted green. The barn that is already constructed is painted blue.
Oh.
And then there's the house, which is not painted, but it looks to be a big, like, ranch-style, single-floor homestead, pretty big.
Like they painted the barns. They even painted one barn before it's done being constructed, and not the house.
That is correct.
It's Ophir. What the hell? How about I suggest that we circle around, see.
You cut out. We lost you there. I heard we circle around and then nothing. Nope. I lost you. Nothing. Try turning your microphone off and back on. But this, and then if we do, and then And then
You look a little like Jeff Goldblum there for a second.
like what? Jeff Goldblum? I'll take Jeff Goldblum. That guy is an icon and a very attractive man that I wish I could look like well into his age. Plus, he's just goofy and fun. No, we can't hear you.
That's so weird. Why would it do that very so suddenly?
I don't know.
Witches.
Yep, I blame witches. It's the witches. Uno momento, my friends. We will be right back. On the plus side, we couldn't see them anyways because there is a big pixelplush.dev target icon over their camera anyways on Twitch. I just realized that.
Testing. Can you hear us?
Oh, we do indeed hear you. Hopefully it comes back on the Twitch stream. All right. Looks like we are back and the Pixel Plush dev is gone. Okay.
I figured we could circle around, see if there's any tracks leading away from this property. Hopefully we don't have to molest another family.
That hopefully, yeah. That's
Word choices, friend.
is my camera frozen? That's weird. My camera is not frozen on the Twitch stream, but to me it is.
And to us, it is as well. Actually, everyone
it's
with us.
except on the Twitch stream. It's weird.
Really weird.
But
No,
it's
you're
not
all-
frozen on the Twitch stream. It's just frozen on ours.
Well,
can
you're
live with
fine.
this.
We can see you.
That's weird. I'm gonna
Picture it in slow.
I can see everybody. Everything's
yeah.
fine.
Hold on. I'm gonna turn my camera off and back on. Hopefully it doesn't break anything.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah, all right. And okay, I am back there. Here's to hoping it doesn't break the Twitch stream. All right, looks good to me. All right, we are no, it froze again. What the heck?
It's not that important.
Oh, and now we lost.
So long as Twitch works, it's not important. We can keep going with what we got.
You are correct. I agree. So we'll call it good. Except now I've lost Veri.
So then we go in murdering everybody. A whopping and a whooping.
Oh, whomping and a whooping.
And we give them
We'll
a good
give them the
number
old
eight.
number 9.
I was trying.
Number
not to-
9. Yes. What's the number 9?
Yeah, Mike, what's the number 9?
Yeah.
My
Let's-
favorite number.
All right, this is weird. I can't. Mine and Veri's stream is both gone on our stream, but I can still see us in Twitch.
Let's just keep going.
I have none of these issues.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyways,
You can find us.
yeah. So so here we are. I would say that if you're going to be performing recon, maybe not having all of the heavily armored folks with you.
Right. That's all I'm really doing.
But if you wanted to recon around the place, you can.
Hey guys, let's split up.
Again.
I'll try to stealth around.
I mean, you do have a ranger whose, whole role is scouting.
But is it?
No, really, it's just filling people full of arrows. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then in that case, let's have the ranger scout around, and I will just stealth in place with my feet up.
Y'all don't want me to try to stealth. It will not turn out.
It won't go well. People's faces will start melting off, and you won't even have any control.
Just randomly.
So you're trying to do this unobtrusively, correct? The Pixel Plush dev is back. All right, so first off, roll a stealth check. And what armor are you wearing?
Just a brigandine.
Okay, so yeah, roll me a stealth check, that's the 5 and the 18. So 1 success, yeah, good enough. And then roll me a survival check. This one's a little more difficult. A 14 and a 15. That's one success. Well,
Yeah, I spent.
so here's what you can tell. This is a working farm. There are fields. It appears to be a plant farm, not as opposed to a livestock farm. There's not like fields of cattle and stuff, but there are fields of grains and corns and gardens and soybeans and things like that, right?
You build it, you will come. Yeah, I get it.
This is a working farm. It's dusk. You don't see anybody working in the fields right now, but there are definitely signs. I mean, there's been people walking all over the place. It's a working farm. You don't find two barefooted tracks circling around. Like, there's no tracks circling around the farm or anything like that you can identify beyond. There are tracks. There are people that live and work here.
But none of them.
It'd be weird if there were no tracks
No
around the farm.
tracks.
That would make me really worried.
Right? What'd you say, Bill?
So there's no tracks at all of barefoot people.
Sure, there's plenty of them.
Oh, okay.
Do any of the tracks look poorer than the others?
As far as he can tell, who the f knows?
I didn't see old Limpy, so. Too bad you didn't go around with me.
You didn't ask me to.
All right, I'll return back to the group and say that I didn't find any evidence that they have left this place.
That pixelplush.dev. There we go. I'm going to Megan. All right.
It definitely leads into this place. So I don't know what to do at this point. You guys want to go in? You guys want to hang out and see what happens? I'm not big for letting them put too much space between us. We should be almost on top of them by now.
Well, tracking is generally slower than just traversing.
True, but healthy, strong people and slaves that are pretty much on the starving run.
Yes.
Should have caught up to them within 2 days.
With those incredibly heavy gems.
Well, whatever. They're probably a little lighter now, thanks to crazy old man and rude lady.
So we're sure that they're here?
We're sure they entered here at least.
We're sure that they came here. We're not sure if they've left yet.
Do we knock?
I don't know if we should knock or if we should just wait till dark and sneak around and see what we see.
We are going full dark side tonight. It's great.
I'm not gonna knife in the dark, kill everybody, and
You were about to do that to the crazy old coot.
I kept my knife sheathed. Thank you very much.
I think some surveillance could be in order.
Okay. So just kind of hang out and watching the buildings and stuff?
And then at night, maybe sneaking into the barn, see if anybody's sleeping in there, something like that. Or keep an eye out for a couple of
I need somebody to give me an observation check.
I will.
Okay.
Because I also have sharp senses too.
Sharp senses is good. May re-roll a die 20 when making an observation test. So your observation is 14. Oh yeah, it's really good. 14 and 3. Damn. Okay.
Oh, you saw something?
No. Roll your observation. You just have a really good skill in that.
I did. It says rolling the dice.
It's It's gone special on us.
It is not rolling.
Yeah,
My whole computer,
there's a lot.
Can you see my test message?
Nope.
Try
can.
refreshing the page.
I can't do anything right now. Everything just totally locked up on me.
Oh, there it goes. Now it cut. No, wait, that was Veri. Just hit F5 or hit the refresh button.
I got 2 successes, if that helps.
We'll go with his for now. But yeah, try to refresh your page, see if it.
12 and 16, or is that his?
What was that?
Sorry.
That was his.
I'm not seeing anything new from y'all.
Yeah.
It's
So 2 successes.
yeah.
Veri, what you find as you're kind of scouting everything out is you see people coming in and out of that house. You know, there, now your rolls came through, 12 and a 16. Some people come in, they head out to the constructed barn, they come back a little bit later with a bag of something. They go to the mill. Some other people go to the grain silo. They come back a little bit later. You see some people sitting out on the porch of this ranch house. Like 3 or 4 or 5 people that are kind of coming and going. Most of them, not most of them. A few of them just sitting out and relaxing on the porch. You can't really get too many details, but there's definitely people that live here. If it's a single family, it's a large family. What you don't see is like a laborers / slave barracks or, hut or something. The only residential building is the home itself. Which is different from a lot of the places that you've seen where they've had a separate building for the slaves and or workers, laborers.
Who wants to infiltrate?
Say that again, sorry.
Said who wants to infiltrate the home? Posing as a traveler. Zang,
Oh, we are technically travelers.
You're well spoken. Why don't you go charm the pants off of them? See what you can get.
We definitely don't want to send Bill to charm the pants off
No.
of him. He might just shoot him.
I will. I will.
Why don't you give me that steak you're cooking there?
You can dress them up, but you can't take them out.
Nope.
That's a pretty nice bedroom full of children you got. Be a shame if something were to happen to it.
Wait, there's children? Now I'm excited. I almost had one of my own back in the other place. Remember, I had an orphan. And I was going to teach him how to hunt witches.
Well, at least you didn't wake up beside a couple of them like Zang did.
Now what foot is wearing the chicken?
My, how the turntables!
Anyway, moving on from that. How do you follow that?
Well, anyways,
There's still an entire barn full of people for you to slaughter. You can still one-up it. Go ahead.
completely innocent family of farmers.
No one is innocent until proven so.
They sat down to dinner. There were no survivors.
If they don't burn, then God willed them to live.
Right? I have my copy of the Hexenhammer.
No, if somebody wants to go in and ask questions, or do we just want to watch and see what happens? Or do we want to go around them completely and take the chance that we'll pick up back on the trail?
I got a question.
I thought you didn't see any sign that anybody had left.
We don't have the young, impressionable boy of wealth with us, do we?
No.
No, he didn't decide to come on this adventure with us?
Nope.
That's probably for the best. Okay.
Yes,
That's definitely for the best.
Just wanted to check. All right. Nobody else seems to want to go. Why not? I'll go.
Oh God, we're all going to end up killing somebody.
How about we go together? Two of us together won't be as
Two
suspicious.
females?
Yeah.
Two females. Yeah.
We're lost. We're not sure where we are.
Definitely not sisters because they don't look the same.
Oh my! My engine broke. I don't know how to fix it.
I'm a little worried that woman's going to turn out to live here.
Yeah, me
Luckily
too.
enough, we left before they did.
Yeah, but she might have known a faster way. Maybe they had horses or something.
Oh, one way to find out.
All right.
All right, so the two women of the party walk up to the porch. As you get within sight, one of the people you see a little bit of flurry of activity on the porch as somebody runs into the house, and then coming out from the house then is about a half a dozen folks of various ages and genders, equipped with spears and bows, like hunting bows, and none of it seems to be fancy and for war, but obviously they at least know how to wield a bow and a spear. And then standing on the steps of the porch with a lantern kind of down at his feet, so his hands are free, is an old man, not that old man, not the crazy old coot, but an old guy.
That was close.
As just watching you guys walk up to the farmstead, and you know, they're a little bit twitchy, but none of them seem to be like, you know, none of them have like arrows knocked on bows, but strangers showing up at night, a little suspicious.
Yeah.
I mean,
So the patriarch old man guy that's standing on the porch is, "Hail, travelers!
Hell, Uncle
What
Man
seems
guy.
to be your business?"
Hello. We are. There's no easy way to say it. We're looking for two people. It looks like they came here. We were just trying to find them. Do you happen to know if two strangers have passed through here recently?
He kind of looks around. "Ain't nothing here but our family. And if that's your business, then I suggest you leave my property."
Straight southern asshole. Okay.
Well, he's got me-
Really, we're not here to hurt anybody.
Well,
We're
that's
just
good.
looking for them.
A fracas of any sort would be quite terrible. I'd hate for that to happen. But there's no strangers around here. Just me and mine.
All right. Cool. Then we shall. How far out does your property go? Just you want us to leave. How far out does your property go?
When you see the end of the tilled fields, that's about the end of the property.
Okay. And is there anywhere around here that somebody might be hiding, that might be unbeknownst to you?
Well, walking up, you can see my buildings.
Yeah.
And
So-
nobody's been seen in none of these buildings but mine.
Okay. I'm just asking, right? Because I don't know what these individuals, who they are, what they're capable of. I'm just asking. And we don't want to intrude upon your property. We're just trying to find these individuals.
wait. We do know what they're capable of. And I feel like you should warn these people.
I didn't want to scare anybody. Go right ahead and
What is your purpose with these there travelers you're speaking of?
truth be told, we were tasked to find them. They're escaped slaves, carrying, some items that were procured from some other party. That doesn't mean we want to hurt them or necessarily take them back. We just want to find them and get, at least their side of the story. Because
Just set you up to make them sound dangerous.
I know what you're trying to do.
Ugh.
I'm not here to be intimidating or anything like that. I'm just trying to find two people who are in a bad
Roll me a persuasion check.
My persuasion sucks.
Your persuasion does kind of suck. I really want you to succeed at this.
Hang on a second.
Fortune.
I need a fortune. Fortune.
Very fortunate you opened that fortune cookie and spread your fortune.
It's kind of sweet, kind of hollow, mostly air. Fortune.
So, and to be clear, right quick, it's just the two characters that are there, or is the whole party there, or what?
No. We all hung back, let the ladies walk in.
It's just the two of us for now.
Okay.
So I got
Mark
them.
the Abertac went with them.
Abertac too, so the three of you. Okay.
What? Oh, did you? Okay. Fair enough.
He kind of looks at you a little bit and goes, y'all don't look like slave catchers, like man catchers to me, but you say you're here to be a man catcher, but you're not trying to be a man catcher?
To be fair and completely honest, last slave catcher we ran into, I stabbed in the stomach in front of his family. To be completely honest. So
I do like the sound of that right there.
So we're not really slave catchers, but we were tasked to at least locate these people. And that's all I'm trying to do.
Hypothetically speaking, and I did say, with all due respect, and I did say, hypothetically speaking, what would happen if you found them?
So it's late. I don't feel like stabbing anybody. I really just want to talk. So we've dealt with slave situations in the past in other parts of the world. Slavery is not really legal, even though some people do.
It is legal in Ophir.
Oh, it's legal. Oh, see, that just goes to show I'm not from around here. But
Aqualonia is a little more civilized, and they don't allow it there. But most of the nations of the world really do allow it. Ophir, in particular, has a lot of slavery.
Okay, well, we can't save every slave that we come by, but we might be able to at least send them in the right direction. Because, it'd be terrible for slaves to escape one bad situation and then get roped into an even worse situation because it's so rampant here.
And you did use a point of fortune, right?
I did.
Okay, just to make sure. He thinks for a minute. He's quiet for a minute. And one of the girls that's with him is like, "Dad, don't do it. Don't tell him anything. We don't know them. We can't trust them. Don't tell them anything."
She's not wrong.
She's not.
No, she's not.
Yeah, we just want to do what's right. We just want to do what needs to be done.
All right. I mayhaps know who you're looking about, but they're under my protection.
Okay.
That's fair. Is there any way any of us could communicate with them? Could you perhaps, if we were to give you a message and wait, do you think we might get a response?
He looks like he's puzzling through some ideas in his head, thinking through things.
I really doubt that slaves are going to be, whatever.
No, but I'm hoping my observant ranger might be able to see them go off to a certain direction and then come back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Head out the green barn. Look underneath the construction. You'll find the cellar. Anything happens to him, though, not a one of you threes is making it off on my property.
So you think?
And just so we're clear, how, when I leave the barn or when we leave the barn, how can we ensure that you know that they're safe?
Frank and Sarah be with you.
All
He
right.
points at two of the kids with him. Yeah, kids, 20-somethings.
Yeah.
Two of
That
his
is-
kids that'll go with you.
That is fair, sir. Thank you very much for your hospitality. We hope not to disappoint you.
You hold
I
true
have-
to your word. You hold
One.
true to your word, and we'll be
I have
good with
one
each
question.
other.
Before we part ways, why are the barns painted and not the house?
Oh, God.
I'll
I
let
don't-
you ask that once you get down in the cellar.
If I don't find out, I might wonder for the rest of my days.
Joke's on you. The barn is the house.
The new house.
You can
All right.
ask Skine. He'll tell you.
I look intrigued.
Oops.
Oh shit!
Okay.
What page did I just close? I closed the Twitch. Okay.
Okay, so what were the two of the names? The two kids coming?
Frank and Sarah,
Frank and Sarah. Yeah.
the worst.
Okay, so Frank, Sarah, lead the way. Okay, here we go.
They follow the three of you
Oh, they follow us. Okay, fine.
as you head to the green barn, the one that's still under construction. As you get to it, I need an observation check as you're
Oh.
looking around.
Okay, fine. Slash roll 1d20. 2 successes.
2 successes. This is a barn that's under construction. But based on how deep some of the dirt around the edges are and some of the weathering that's on the parts that are already there, it has been under construction for quite some time. Any barn that was being constructed would have been constructed by now. This has been under construction for a lot longer than it should have been. And as you're looking around, as he says, look under construction, you find over in one corner of where this barn is under construction, there's a lot of lumber and sod and clay and other like construction materials, and kind of tucked behind and in a corner between the walls, kind of tucked behind a few things and underneath a construction table is a small trap door underneath some straw and dirt.
I'm gonna ask Frank and Sarah, like, what happens to the slaves after they escape here? Do you have a way to get them further away, or do they just stay here?
We're not supposed to talk about it, but no, they gotta get to safety. It's not safe here.
All right. That's
This is a
fair
dangerous
answer.
game you guys are playing.
It might be dangerous, but it's right.
I also have to ask, where is safe? Where do you...
Yeah, let's not make them get into that.
Okay, no, that's, I mean,
Yeah.
direction-wise, we're like, yeah, whatever, that's fine.
You can do it.
We can open this trapdoor, but first thing I do before I stick a head in is let them
Well, why
know.
don't you have them go in first?
Yeah, they know them.
Would one of you like to go down and let them know that we're not here to hurt them?
Nah, we're supposed to watch you, not go
Okay.
down.
That's what I figured the answer would be. So,
Well,
So I'm going to be like, well, but if they don't know the person coming down there, they might attack first, and that would cause violence.
unfortunate. Yeah. That would really upset Paul.
so we can at least call down. Hello down there.
So you open up the trap door.
Well, we've got the trap door open.
No, down there.
You're not there.
Hello.
So just
He's
there are a few of
entertaining
us up here. We do know that there are 2 slaves that came here within the last day. We're not here to hurt you. We do want to talk to you. Are either of you interested in coming up, or are you going to not hurt us if we come down to you? Looking for a response.
You hear a kind of scared voice. We're not violent. We just want to
Not
be
gonna
left
hurt you.
alone.
Not gonna hurt you.
You don't hurt us. We're you're kind of some whispering and okay.
All right.
Little confused sounding, little worried sounding.
We're coming in. Okay, three of us coming down.
Fire in the hole!
Don't hurt us. 3 of us coming down, nice and slow. Hands. Actually, like I'm 1 or 2 steps down the hole. But Frank, Sarah, is this gonna be big enough for 3 more, or are we gonna be like on top of each other down there?
Yeah, it's a good size cellar.
Okay, just making sure. Coming down.
You climb down the stairs, and what you see is like this isn't just a little storm shelter cellar. This is a whole like basement-y cellar place. I mean, it's not like fancy or anything, but there are wooden walls. It's not just a mine with dirt walls. There's like a whole little room down here. Probably like 40 by 40 room. So not huge, but a good spacious for an underground room in this technology level. A pretty good size room. There's a series of first thing that you notice is 6 folks, not 2, 6 folks, technically 7. 6 folks dressed in raggedy attire. 2 of them have thick iron links around their ankles. 3 of them have slightly daintier iron rings around their upper arms. And one of them has a piercing through his whatever this bone is, this shoulder collarbone. There's a piercing through the collarbone to either side of the collarbone. And all of them are wearing shabby attire. The 3 that are wearing the armbands are slightly less shabby. And then there is a 7th person that you notice. And the 7th person is very different. The 7th person, as to be clear, Xenia, Veri, and Abertak find as they come down the staircase, is a very pale-skinned, almost like powdered, pale-skinned, bald man, thin, young-ish, wearing a pair of dark gray robes. The robes are loose around the chest, and you can see a large tattoo on his chest. A large tattoo on his chest of kind of a stylized crescent sun. If you look on the Roll20 or on the Twitch stream, you will actually see the stylized icon that I put here before this session even started, wondering if anybody would notice it. You see a large, stylized crescent sun tattooed on his chest. You see hanging around his neck is a pair of curled ram horns. And he has a black stripe tattooed on his head.
Abertac, do you have any idea?
I could try a lore or a sorcery. A lorcery?
Lorcery, huh?
Like Lord
This would be a lore check.
It's not my strongest suit.
There we go. We are back indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Internet difficulties and a 5-minute bio break put us back, and here I am with a refill of fresh DC bourbon. Bourbon. Sorry, we had a big discussion on whether the United States government legally defines bourbon as made in America or made in
I
Kentucky.
don't particularly care what the U.S. government defines it as. Kentucky may not have joined the Civil War over slavery, but we might over bourbon.
You're not wrong. All right, so here we have this guy, robes, crescent sun tattoo, black stripe tattoo, very pale, dark gray, loose robes. And he's standing in front of the 6 folks that you saw and I described earlier, watching you come down. And the first thing you notice is he has almost there's something just slightly off about him. Not feral, but there's something slightly.
I think you were about to tell me the results of my lore roll.
Oh, right, you had 2 successes. So, well, here's the thing, right? There's lots of cults. Cults are coming and going.
Believe me, I know.
And
None of
always too soon.
and always too soon. Coming and going and going and coming. The major cults, the major religions, this isn't any of them. Like, what this 2 tells you is this is something that you've never personally encountered before. This is, but this is obvious signs of a cult. There is some sort of cult undertones, some sort of strangeness here, which I know you kind of got just from itself, but the main thing that you're getting from this is you've never heard of a cult using this symbol like this.
And I'll come right out and ask him. But what God do you serve?
He's got his arms wide, kind of in a protective stance behind him. And when he speaks, it is not an Ophiran accent. It is very precise, very clipped. Hail, travelers. What brings you here, and have you no harm intended?
I repeat my question.
Pray tell, what was your question?
What God do you serve? I'll come right out and ask him.
What God do I serve?
And I motioned his tattoo.
I guess your mind would consider this a god, but truly this is not but a protector. Solapeta. 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 The one who walks with us. Solapeta. The one who is our sunshine, Solapeta, the one who is always with us.
Let's face it, folks. You can't soul a pet of anything.
Solapeta, who we can always reach.
So this guy's saying he's a solo pedophile? Sorry.
Oh. Shit, now I gotta change it. Solapetha. Solapetha. The one who is always with us. Solapetha.
I look skeptical, but
Okay.
My inner dialogue. I'm curious if this family knows that they're funneling slaves into a cult to be slaughtered.
What say
you
you?
can get it.
Greetings. We have been on the trail hunting. Not hunting. Tracking. Two slaves that just arrived within the last day. Which of you are those?
The two with the iron anklets match the description you were sent after.
The two with the iron anklets? Check.
Mm-hmm.
You two look like you fit the description. You mind if we talk? AKA, we're already here, let's talk.
Please, friends, we're open here. There are no secrets. Obviously, you have already found us, and there's nothing we could do to stop you. But know that none here will ever return to the bondage and servitude they were in.
And that's fine. I'm not interested in taking them to return to bondage and servitude.
Wait, I am interested in bondage.
Oh, okay, well, one of us is interested in bondage. None of us are interested in servitude. Does that make sense?
Well, I don't know. I don't think you can have one without the other.
He raises an eyebrow. It makes sense.
yeah, it does. This guy gets it.
Of course it does. This guy gets it, yeah.
So, from what I gather, the two of you made off with some things that don't belong to you. Is that accurate?
This is me pausing, not the character. He has a response planned. I'm just trying to figure out how to word it as this character would here.
GTFO!
Anything taken from the slavers belongs not to the slavers, but to those who retrieved it and need it
Bullshit.
for fortitude
Excuse me, sorry.
and safety.
So,
That which has been taken from the obscene belongs not to those who are obscene.
so I guess part of my question would be, is this something that you need as payment to guarantee safe passage to wherever it is these people are taking you?
If you are referring to the valuables and mineral wealth,
Oh, Jesus.
Ain't we talking to them too, not
I was
him?
going to say,
if you are talking about the values and mineral wealth taken by my brothers, then yes, it is needed to assure their safe passage.
Is that what they sound like? Because I am talking to them.
They're basically whispering behind each other's, and the
Okay,
man in the gray robe is doing the speaking.
does this man cut off your balls and your tongues?
You know what? I distract the guy. You go ahead and go talk to them.
Sorry, say that again.
That's it.
Yeah, it's so pedophile.
Rogue stranger friend. Can
You may refer to me as Skyn.
Skyn?
Skyn
Skyn. Okay, with an N.
with an N. Yes,
Thank
my
you.
friend.
Skyn, do you mind if I let them answer? If we let them answer?
I'm afraid my friends, my brothers, do not deserve to return to servitude and slavery and obscenity.
They shall not. We're not here to drag them back to slavery.
Yeah, we're
And-
never going back. You can't make us.
We're not trying to make you. We're trying to ask you questions. Okay. Sidebar.
Sidebar.
Abertech, bring it in.
It might be that they're slaves because they were so dumb they flunked out of school.
They're so going to walk into a cult and die. So I guess I'm going to look over at Skine and make sure he's not really listening intently. I'm kind of like scooch away a little bit.
He's standing there in front of the 6 slaves, still with his arms spread wide.
Yeah.
I could give him a big hug.
I want to step up.
I wouldn't touch that guy.
I want to step up the cellar stairs, back up to what is it, Frank and
Sarah.
And I mean, I look concerned. I'm not acting concerned. I mean, I'm not the act. It's not theatrical. Like I look legit. What do you know about this cultist, this guy that worships abracadabra?
Abracadabra.
Skine is he's the contact here to get them on their way.
I nod thoughtfully. Do you know anything about the deity or whatever it is he worships?
Solopetha? Yeah, of course.
What can you
He's
tell
the
me
one that
about
walks with us.
it? What can you tell? What else can you tell me about it? Him, her.
The freer of slaves, the redeemer of souls.
You mean they didn't give you the whole brochure?
The
Complete with Kool-Aid.
the followers of Solopetha and Solopetha himself are helping to check the abomination of slavery.
No, we're no big fans of slavery, but where's he taking them? And how do you know that they're going somewhere safe?
Most of them head towards Aquiloni where slavery is illegal.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You're actually not that far from the border of Aquiloni, which isn't like well defined, like this is the line, but you're really
No,
not that far from the borders of
it makes sense.
Aquilonia.
And I'll explain to them, look, I just wanted to be cautious because I worship all of the bright gods. I pay homage to all of them. This isn't one familiar to me.
Well, Solopeth is not a god so much as a force, like a companion. Like Solopeth is the one that walks with us.
Really? Point him out. What's he look like? I don't see nobody. I tracked a lot of feet. I have not seen an extra set of feet around here.
Have you ever? And the kid says, I remember,
I mean, this-
you know, it's hard to explain to somebody that hasn't felt it, but I know you felt it. Everybody has felt it when you're alone, when like there's nobody there for you, and it's nighttime and you're lying there and there's nothing. There's just nothing. You know, you try to find Mitra and there's nothing. You try to find Khan and there's nothing. But Solopetha is there if you just reach out.
They're like dying laughing.
Does Skine stay in the cellar, or does he have quarters elsewhere?
Say that again?
Does Skine stay in the cellar, or does he have a shrine or quarters elsewhere where he worships?
Yeah, he watches out for them down there and he guides them on their next step.
Off the cliff.
Hmm.
Oh, dude. Not yet.
I nod thoughtfully and return to the cellar.
Skyn is still there, still with his arms raised wide, protecting his flock.
Don't your shoulders ever get sore?
Skyn, question.
Yes. Yes.
How? What do you do with them?
Free them.
How?
You take them to Aquilonia.
We take them to safe havens where they'll never be enslaved again.
Do you read
Aquilonia?
From here, yes, Aquilonia is the nearest safe haven.
Do you reintegrate them into society, like give them jobs, or do you make them followers of your order?
Oh, they're free to follow whatever path they like. These are here because they've chosen to follow the path of Solopatha to freedom.
So I'll just sort of be very frank with him. I'd like to take my mask off and everything and hang it on my belt and say, look, you seem to be an up and up person. I serve for all of the bright gods and against the outer dark, against the forces of sorcery, witchcraft, things that are worse. Let's say the physical slavery, a spiritual slavery. We are fighting against one that reigns nearby here. We need armies. We're trying to get in good with some nobles because we need fighting men to dislodge such a thing. No one wants to take your slaves back to where they came from or re-enslave them. But we need to take a token back with us. Maybe they spent some of the gems, but we were able to recover some of them. That would really help.
It's too bad Twitch can't see that because your stream is frozen on Twitch. Oh wait, no, it's coming back. It's coming back. Oh. Oh man, the internet's being crazy tonight. I thought you were about to take it to a different direction, Andy. I really thought you were about to go to a different direction here.
Look, my character has probably seen his share of crazy cults. If this is an evil one, well, this one sounds, they may be up and up. If they're not, maybe they're misguided, right? But they're not like actively summoning giant bubbles of blood, striking us with blood lightning. I might put some kind of higher on my list of friends. So
he says,
it was literally
the possessions of the enslavers are not theirs to keep. They need to be used in order to assure a safe haven.
How much for a couple of the gems?
What do you mean?
He's a cultist. He's
So-
not a traitor.
What you need is to turn those gems, which are stolen loot,
It's a
into
money laundering cult.
money that you can then use to guarantee the safe passage.
Yes.
So my question to you is, what is the value of a couple of those gems? That way you can liquidate a couple of them and turn them into gold. And then what happens to those gems in society is beyond your control once you've sold them.
He thinks for a second. This is obviously not a conversation that he was expecting to have.
Told you, we're not here to hurt anybody. Except you. We're still out on you.
We're still not on you.
I'm not saying that.
He says, I can... I'm trying to figure out how he would word this, because he's got a particular way of discussing. Trying to figure out how he would word this. He goes, the passage of freedom is difficult, but if you're offering to provide for that freedom in exchange for some of these, then probably he spouts out the equivalent of 15 gold can get them to Haven.
That's steep.
That is kind of steep for some. I may look wealthy. I'm not wealthy.
But we don't need, again, all of the gems. Maybe they spent some.
Some yes. How about what? How many gems do they have? I mean, what's a subset of them? Is 3?
So basically,
4?
what you've been told is they have a small pouch of gems.
Okay,
Is what you've been told they stole.
Okay. How much would 5 gold buy us anything? Like knowing that you're not going to get everything for everything, right? We're not going to be able to afford 15 gold's worth buying the whole thing.
So wait, you need 15 gold to get them to safety, right?
Yes.
I will give him the 15 gold out of my own pocket.
The 2 slaves in particular that you were after are like mouth agape and shocked right now, and they just thank you. Oh my God, here. If this is, oh my God. Solapetha be praised. He truly is walking with us.
Very.
I mean, and Abertak doesn't ridicule that, right? I mean, Abertak believes in, that's why he pays homage to whether it's Ishtar or Bast or Mitra, like what he calls the bright gods, right? I mean, if this guy is one of them and gets people out of slavery, then he has common cause with them. It's just that Abertak fights against a different, more spiritual kind of slavery. So,
and you get roughly 15 gold pieces worth of gems, which is a small pouch worth.
Sure.
So, slaves. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. And you're
Actually,
now,
it's probably closer to like 25 gold pieces worth of gems.
When you get to freedom, you may come across a wandering tradesman by the name of Teshin. If you come across him, let him know to tell Varai that you are safe, all is well.
Absolutely.
And I warn them, just because Aquilonia says slavery is illegal, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
So
we just
don't trust, people who might put you back into that situation.
Skyn, I have to warn you, if we find out that doom or something bad has happened to these people, we will come for you. If you get them to safety, we can't fault that.
I am proud of your protection of these fine brothers and sisters. It will do you well in the coming days.
Okay.
God bless, I'm glad I'm not there.
I'm glad you're not there too. I mean, actually, on that note,
This is too much talking.
on that note, for the 2 of you that are still outside, I'm assuming still kind of off in the distance in the fields, roll me an observation check.
All right. Is that you or me? Okay, look at you.
I'm with them.
Oh, that's right.
Can you reroll one of those, Bill?
It's really just me and Zane.
It is the 2 of you.
Yeah.
Bill, can you reroll one of those 2?
I think so, yeah.
Thornicius, abilities, sharp senses. You can reroll 1 die 20 when making an observation check.
Yeah.
So that would be 2 successes. Okay.
Good.
You note as you're kind of tucked in some of the tall grass and the weeds and stuff out of sight, right? The two of you are. You note coming roughly from the direction that you were coming from. By the time you noticed them, because you were paying attention to the farm, you note a squadron of folks making a very loose ring around this property. You have no idea what's going on. You saw your friends, along with two locals, go into a cellar. One of them poked their head back out for a minute and then went back into the cellar. That's all you know. Your friends walked up, talked for a minute, went to the barn under construction, and disappeared behind a wall.
Okay.
You see a whole squadron of folks coming from the east and the north, starting to make a very loose, very wide circle around this property.
Okay. Can I judge?
And they are creeping along. They're not open. They aren't carrying torches. They are creeping along.
Okay. Do they have weapons? I'm guessing they have weapons.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. That makes it difficult. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's no way I'm going to be able to get in there without alarming somebody. Let's just see how this plays out.
All right. So you're just going to stay quiet for a little bit?
Yeah,
Let it
yeah.
happen?
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Back to those of you in the cave. The slaves are very grateful for the trading of the gems for the gold. Skyn is still standing there with his arms to protect them. His demeanor hasn't changed. And that's the weird thing. Like almost reptilian, his demeanor hasn't changed.
No,
He
snake
is-
people are a different job. I only do witches.
He has been so unmoving in his entire body. Like the only thing that has moved has been his face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a reason. I don't see a reason to linger. You know.
Yeah, let's
Oh, there you go.
head back up. Be safe. Stay quiet. We may not be the only ones out here looking for you.
Mhm.
All right. And the three of you exit out of the barn. There's the two farmers' kids. You guys good then?
So
All right. Well,
turned out those weren't the slaves we were looking for after all.
that's good then, I guess.
Yeah. Stay safe.
Big joke.
All right. Well, you guys go on about your way, and we're gonna head back in and get us some drinks.
I nod to them and not knowing that anything else is going on.
Yeah, we have no idea what else is going on, so have a good one.
Give me an observation check, please. Okay.
0.
Wait.
I got 0.
Zinnia, that was your observation check. That's right. You're a stupid observant. 14 and 3. That's right. Okay. Zinnia, you're the first one that's coming out of it. And you're saying goodbye to everybody. Yeah, we're going to go that way. We're good. You guys go that way. And you catch the fields are moving in ways that are not with the wind. You look that way, and you see movement in the fields. It's hard to tell what it is, but that is not the wind. You look that way. There is movement in the fields. It is hard to tell what it is, but that is not wind. You look that way. There is movement in the fields. It's hard to tell what it is, but it is not just wind.
I kind of turn to Verai and Apotex and I will take her on.
You don't know if it's animals, considering it's coming from 3 directions at the same time. It's probably not animals. It could be the farmhands, the members of this family. It could be something else entirely, but there is movement in